What's up, guys? Welcome back to the series. We're talking about future Great Ones in this series. So far, we talked about the possibility of a Great One Lion, and then we talked about the possibility of a Great One Gray Wolf, or just wolf in general, any kind of wolf. And now in this one, you guys, I want to talk about the Gemsbok. This would actually be a really cool species for a Great One. Maybe one of maybe the top 5 I think they could do. There's reasons for that, and I want to get into that and talk about it. First of all, Gemsbok are just an awesome species of animal. A really good contender for a species of Great One for Virunga savanna. Obviously, the Cape buffalo are another species that I'll be talking about as far as a Virunga savanna, Africa Great One species that could be really cool as a Great One. But the Gemsbok are really cool, man. Gemsbok are the biggest oryx species in the world. They're actually really big. They're huge. They're a lot bigger than a lot of people think. They fight with lions in the wild. A lot of the time they get taken down by lions. Lions are obviously the #1 predator that they have to look out for, but they have actually been known to be able to defend themselves against lions and even kill lions if they can get that fatal blow with their rapier-like horns. Their horns can grow up to 4 or 5 feet, and they're actually longer and narrower in the females. The male horns, as you guys have probably seen in Call of the Wild, have a little bit more of a bow to them, whereas the female horns are really straight, like a big long dagger. And they can use those and they can do a ton of damage. They can kill animals with them, and they've been known to do that. Gemsbok are really cool, but not only are they really cool, the cool thing about Gemsbok in the Hunter Call of the Wild is both the males and the females can make diamond. This could make for a really interesting dynamic for a new Great One. We've never had a Great One that could be a Great One, both male and female. It would add a lot of cool elements to the grind that we've never seen before. You could decide whether or not you want to grind the males or if you want to grind the females, or maybe you could grind both. And I think something that could be really cool for the EW devs to do would make it so that maybe there's different variations of Great Ones available for the males and available for the females, so you can kind of decide what you like better, what's your favorite combo, what's your favorite variation, and then you could base that on, whether or not you're gonna grind for the males or the females. I think that would be a really cool dynamic and something that we haven't seen in the game. So going back to the Gemsbok Size, they're actually huge antelopes. They are an oryx species, Oryx gazella. They are an antelope. They measure up to 4.5 feet at the shoulder when standing on all 4 legs, and have a total body length of about 200 centimeters. That's almost 7 feet. These things are absolutely huge. The females weigh from about 180 to 225 kilos, where the males, a little bit bigger, can go all the way up to about 240 kilograms, about 180 to 240 kilograms. So just massive. They've been known to be an aggressive species, and like I said, they'll get into fights with things like lions, even Cape buffalo. They are really aggressive. I would love to see EW maybe rework them. So, if we're going to get a Great One Gemsbok, hopefully we would also get a rework, just an overall overhaul of their look in the game, kind of what they've done with other species in the game. Give us a whole new kind of rework of the way they look in the game graphically, maybe give them some new animations, and I would love to see them be able to go aggressive. The Gemsbok are a gregarious species. They live in herds of about 10 to 40 animals. The herds usually consist of a dominant male, a few non-dominant males, and then a bunch of females. Of course, I have to mention this in every one of these videos in this series, otherwise you guys are going to absolutely take me out in the comments, but I do realize EW has said that all the Great Ones are going to come off of the base maps, Hirschfelden and Leighton Lakes. We talked about this in the Great One Lion video, as well as the Great One Wolf video, and we'll talk about it a little bit here again today. I would like to see them start doing species off of maps that aren't just base maps. Most of the people that are going for these Great Ones that have the ability and the experience and the know-how to grind in Call of the Wild are probably the people that are the most experienced, have had the game for a while, and probably have most, if not all, of the DLC maps anyways. So I think it would be cool to start seeing some non-base map Great Ones, maybe release a Great One Gemsbok or Lion and put Virunga savanna on sale for a little while. If it's a paywall thing, just drop the paywall a little bit for the first little bit. The amount of hype and excitement that it would generate to do some of these species as Great Ones would be totally worth it, I think. And I think it would be a win-win situation for everybody to go ahead and start doing that. There's only so many species on Hirschfelden and Leighton Lakes, so what happens when you start to run out of species that would be exciting and generate hype and excitement from your community? You're going to have to start doing some species, some of these awesome species that we have on other maps in the game as Great Ones. Now, as far as different variations go for the Great Ones, some of the things that I've kind of been, cooking up in my brain, just kind of thinking about what they could do as far as the variations with the Gemsbok. Do they keep it really realistic, or do they go kind of the more fantasy route that they've done with some of the other previous Great Ones that we've seen? I would love to see them do an albino Gemsbok. One of the things about the Gemsbok in the game right now is they're one of the species that doesn't have an albino rare variation. They don't have albino, there's no leucistic, there's no melanistic. So I would love to see them do some kind of an albino situation. An albino variation for a great one, I think, would be a perfect opportunity for one of the variations, and then maybe do a melanistic one as well. I don't know if there's any recordings of any melanistic Gemsbok in real life in the wild. Albino Gemsbok are definitely a thing, but I think it would be something cool to do, a black Gemsbok and then of course the white for the albino. I would like to see them go kind of all out. Go do the fantasy thing. Let's see some colors. I would like to see some big horns. The horns in Call of the Wild are very realistic, but the horns like in the wild in real life for the Gemsbok, there's some pictures on the internet of some massive horns, I tell you. So they could definitely get creative with that and get pretty wild with the horns as well. What do you guys think? If you guys have some ideas for variations, definitely let me know down below in the comments. If you guys haven't seen the lion and the wolf video, the previous episodes of this series, definitely check them out. I'm going to link them down below. And obviously, please, you guys remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe and all that good stuff. It helps so much. You guys have been awesome with that lately, with the likes and the comments and stuff, and I really appreciate it. It helps the channel so much. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, so definitely subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Lots more awesome content to come, streams every single day. I also stream on Twitch, so head over there if you have an account. If you're on Twitch, follow me. Check us out on Twitch as well. I'm streaming over there 3-4 nights a week. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think. What do you want to see for a future Great One species? What do you want to see for the next map? All that good stuff. What kind of ideas do you guys have specifically for the Gemsbok? Thank you guys very much for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.